Welcome back to Deen Friends, everybody. May peace be upon you. This video is just being made because Ramadan is almost here, right? And for a lot of us, it's gonna arrive like just a month on the calendar, instead of a lifeline from Allah. And that's what I've been thinking about recently. You know, because most of the year we live like we have time, right? We delay what we already know needs fixing. We tell ourselves that, you know, I'll get serious later. But Ramadan comes and asks us one quiet question, right? Later when, right? That's the question. What's powerful is that, you know, Ramadan doesn't expose you with speeches. It exposes you with something very simple, which is hunger, right? A few hours without food, and then you start seeing it. The patience gets thinner, your cravings get louder, you know, your old habits start reaching out for you, and then the tongue wants to slip, and the eyes want what they always want, and you realize something uncomfortable but important, right? That these are parts of you that don't ask permission. They assume they own you. That's why fasting isn't mainly about starving your body. It's about taking back the keys, right? It's because if you can say no to what's halal, food and water, only because Allah asked, then you're building the strength to say no to what's haram when it whispers in private, right? That's the real training of Ramadan. Not just the willpower for a day, but freedom for a lifetime, right? And this is why fasting is different from so many other acts of worship. People can see you pray. People can see you at the masjid. People can hear your recitation. But fasting, you could be alone and break it, and nobody would know except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So fasting teaches a truth that changes a person completely. That Allah is enough, even when nobody is watching, even when nobody is praising you, even when it's just you and your nafs. And as the days pass, something else happens, right? The noise gets lower. The noise gets lower, the reality gets louder, and you start thinking about death, not in a depressing way, in a clearing the fog kind of way. Because, you know, death isn't a theory or anything, it's an appointment, right? It's gonna happen to everybody. And the Akhirah isn't poetry, it's our home, right? And Ramadan just keeps reminding you that you're not staying here. So don't live like you are. And that's why Ramadan is tied in the Qur'an. This month isn't only restriction, right? It's direction. The Qur'an doesn't just give you rules, it gives you yourself back. And right in the middle of the Ramadan verses, Allah says something that feels very personal, and that's, when my servants ask you about me, I am near. Not near when you become perfect, near right now. So don't aim for a perfect Ramadan. Aim for a real return. Fast from what's been eating your heart, you know, the scroll, the habit, the sin you keep defending, and replace it with what brings you back to life, right? A little Quran every day, trying to memorize Quran every day, salah on time, dhikr when you feel weak, tawbah, even if you feel ashamed. Because, you know, Ramadan isn't about proving something to Allah. Allah already knows everything about you, right? Ramadan is where you prove to yourself that you can still come back, right? So may Allah let us reach this Ramadan, live it with sincerity, and leave it forgiven and light with our hearts, right? May peace be upon you all. Thank you so much.